Hello, friends and neighbors. Stevie Coyle here at Mighty Fine Guitars in Lafayette, California with a Friday noontime webcast. Today's featured guitar is a Collings 0002H. Please come in. Please come in. Let me check while you're stepping in. Make sure that the signal is going out. Looks like it is. Very good. All right. This is a safe space for cranky old people. You'll notice that this video did not start with "What's up, guys?" and I was not wearing a baseball cap backwards. And I will try to moderate my use of the term "like." There will be very few of those with any luck. Luck, not like. And here it is. Oh, there it is. Let me make sure that we've got audio. Yeah. Good. Good. We're swinging. Listen to this. Wow. Hey, Bill Douglas, come on in. Invite your friends. Hey, Jimmy. Aloha to you, too, and happy birthday. 70? Jimmy, there's a clerical mistake somewhere. Heads will roll down in HR. It's just ridiculous. How did this happen? Yes, thank you, folks. I'll be turning 70. Hurts my mouth to talk that. On Tuesday. My birthday is April 21st this year. Jimmy, looks like you had a great time at the Museum of Musical Instrument Museum with Chris Martin himself. Do I have that right? Yow. And you got to show him a couple of your old Martins. Did I get that correct as well? Hey, there's Bunny Barnes. Hi, Bunny. I'm just wishing myself a happy birthday. Thank you very much. Oh, thank you. And folks, do tune in when you're done with this at the top of the very next hour, 1 o'clock Pacific time. Tune into Bunny Barnes's, I'm pointing at my Etch-a-Sketch here, my iPad. Tune into Bunny Barnes's Friday webcast. She does a 4 for Friday where she plays 4 tunes for you and educates you on all of them as well. What a cool thing. A finger picker, and Bunny, check this out for a finger picking guitar. 12 frets to the body. Now, of course, folks, I think of a 12-fret guitar as a fingerstyle guitar primarily. Not to say you can't play the Who on it. You certainly can. But the fact that the neck joins the body at the 12th fret, what that essentially does is it pushes the bridge down more towards the middle of the lower bout, where all of the sound is generated. So if you picture a drum head, like about that big, and you tap the middle of the drum head, you get a different sound. You get more articulation than you do off on the side, where you get more clank. So if on a 14-fret guitar, if the bridge is up closer to the sound hole, you get more sort of saturation. And the thought is, with the bridge down in the middle of the lower bout, you get more articulation, more individuality amongst the notes, towards more picturesque speech. Oh, what is that? Let's see. What a wonderful guitar. It's very pianistic. I just invented a word, I think. It's very piano-ish in that all the notes are really distinct. It's really articulate. Hi, Deanna. Come on in. Tell your friends. Do feel free to share this. Hit that little share button down there. This is a Collings guitar. Slotted headstock, also kind of primarily in my mind anyway, a fingerstyle feature. Puts a steeper break angle across the nut than you would with a regular paddle style headstock, where the break angle would be I say where the break angle would be less steep. So, and that puts more up pressure on the top and makes the guitar louder, which is why they do that on classical guitars, why they don't have a paddle style headstock, because you need that steep break angle. First of all, for the strings to hold on in the nut slots and to make the guitar louder. So unless you play in the meedly zones way up high here a lot, you're not losing a whole lot and perhaps gaining a whole lot sonically with a 12-fret guitar. Wonderful guitar. Am I overdriving the So Sweetly Articulate? Love it. Good, Bill. Great. I'm not overdriving the thing. It's really loud. I'm always a little afraid of overdriving the microphone here. But no? Let me know. Well, you know me. I like to hear these little half steps here. Playing a piano, a good piano. I love that. Fantastic guitar. Collings. Let me tell you a little bit about it. Rosewood back and sides. Sitka spruce top. 12 frets to the body. What kind of tuners we got here? Waverleys. Waverley 3 on a plate. These are Waverleys. The slotted headstock style. Herringbone purfling. That's the H in the 002 H. 2 means a little fancier than a 1, and the H means herringbone, which is really pretty. I've got a herringbone story about Collings guitars. So there we were, the band I was with, Menudo, in Austin, and Steve McCrary, the guy who was kind of the PR guy and a saint of a man, invited us to take a tour of the Collings factory just outside Austin there. And so we did. We had a great time. It was a wonderful thing, and he's a great guy. It was just a pleasure to be around him. He said, "Follow me, boys. We're going upstairs." And we went up to this, as I recall, upstairs. Kind of a dusty room, not a lot of use in that room. And he started pulling out guitars for me and the other guitarists to play. And said, boy, this is great. I love this one. Here, play this one too. How about this one? How about this one? And we said, this is great, Steve. Why are we playing these guitars? They're wonderful. He said, well, there's something slightly wrong with each of these, and we can't send these out to our retailers. And I said, what's wrong with this? It was some kind of a herringbone that I was playing, probably a triple O or an OM. I said, what's wrong with this one? He said, oh yeah, that's right. There's one little arm of the herringbone that's slightly off axis down here. I said, for that? You can't send this out to your retailer? He said, oh no, Bill would never let us do that. No way, that wouldn't happen. He said, we'd really like you guys to be playing Collings on stage. Do any of these light you up? We could give you a screaming deal on any of these. And as it turned out, there were neither of us fell in love that day. He said, but keep in mind what you'd really like and tell me what you'd really like. And he wrote down what the other guitarist wanted. I thought, how about a triple O 12 fret in mahogany? This one happens to be rosewood. In mahogany. He said, I'll keep you in mind. A couple of weeks later, I get a phone call. He said, you know what? I feel so bad. We had that guitar here. We had a triple O 12 fret in mahogany here. But somebody had mistakenly put a hole in the back of it with a drill or something. And we just kind of hung it up over the desk where the fella selects the wood for the guitars. You know, so this goes here and that goes there. And we just got to we forgot to see it anymore. It was just sort of hanging on the wall there and it disappeared. But we put a new back on it. We refinished it. Can I send it to you? I thought, is that a trick question? Yes, please send it to me. And as it turns out, he was spot on. It was a great guitar. I played it for many years and loved it desperately. But I needed to sell it to get the Alan Perlman guitar, which had utterly captured my heart. But boy, that was my second favorite guitar ever. The people ask, what's that guitar you play on stage now? That's a Ted Thompson. That's the fellow, God rest him, he just passed a little while ago, out of Vernon, British Columbia. And it's a great stage guitar, but for my heart of hearts guitar is that Alan Perlman guitar that I needed to have. I played it in his kitchen briefly and fell in love with it. Then I saw it 2 years later at a guitar show and fell in love with it and kept going back to his table at the guitar show, and eventually he said, you know what, we'll work. This is clearly your guitar. We'll work it out. And so we worked it out, and that's my precious that I love so desperately. But this feels like home to me. Hey, Roy, good to see you. All right, terrific. Folks, you got to see the Reckless Saints. If you're anywhere in the Southwest, check them out. Roy, post your Mahogany Triple O. Yeah, baby. Post your URL, would you? Hit your Earl, and let these folks head on over and see what you and Kim are up to. Great duo. Wonderful stuff. All kinds of stuff. And they tour a bunch. Through the South mostly. Adam Traum, nice to see you as well. Danny Hyde, good heavens. Where the Creatures Meet is noon on Fridays on Stevie's webpage, on Stevie's Facebook page, I should say. There it is, recklesssaints.com, you bet. Adam, it is so pretty, isn't it great? And it's in fabulous shape. It's 30 years old. Low mileage and still sounds great, looks great. It's just in excellent plus condition. Everything about it, everything original, of course. I've got clear tone, 80-20 bronze strings on it. I'm kind of the Eric Schoenberg mentality. I should be so lucky. That small body guitars, I think, generally speaking, sound better with 80-20s, and big body guitars sound better with phosphor bronze. Just a broad brush strokes there. Hey, Ron Peters. Hey, Rumi. All right. Ron's a great jazz guitarist. I wanted to play some songs that had chords with numbers in them there, so a little tune. 13 chord. Pretty sexy for a folky. Hi, David Hilliard. Boy, oh boy, this is great. You folks, if you're not familiar with each other on this particular thread, on this particular day, please text each other or friend each other up on Facebook. You're all wonderful people and guitar heads all. Great to see you. Just terrific. So any comments or questions, fire away. I'll play for a couple more minutes. And then if you have any subsequent comments or questions, post them down below. I'll get to them pronto. What I generally do is do this live to Facebook, and then as quickly as I can, there's frequently pesky shoppers waiting to come in here. But as soon as the pesky shoppers get shooed out with their guitars, I send this over to the YouTube channel, Stevie Coyle Music, all one term on YouTube. That's the YouTube channel. Love this guitar. Come buy it before I do something foolish. This is a great guitar. Collings 0002H. $4,750 is the asking on this one. $4,750. It might be a little wiggle room in there, but not much. I don't think. It's just that great a guitar. But I could always talk. This is a consignment shop, I was going to say. I could always talk to the owner and see what they say. But this one is worth every cent I have to say at $4,750. Yeah, Roy, sing along. There is a place I know. Sure thing. So there it is. Isn't it pretty? It's in great shape. It's available. Come on in. If you're anywhere in the East Bay, stop on by. I'm in Lafayette, California, which is right near Orinda and Moraga, part of the La Morinda trifecta. And all these guitars are for sale. I had a whole slew of them come in that I'll be showing you in the next couple of weeks. A Jason Bowerman Maya came in. A Martin 017 from 1937. A Martin 018 Hawaiian guitar from 1931, Alcoa. That came in. Fantastic. What else is new and exciting? Oh, and a 65 J45. It's been a busy couple of days here. I tell you what. So that's all I have to say for today. Thank you. You're welcome, Ed. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing your sharingness. Stevie Coyle here, getting ready to sign off. Tune in next week. Like I say, there's lots and lots of guitars stacked up for these Friday noontime webcasts. So do stop on by on Friday at noontime. Or these live on Facebook for about a month. And then they disappear. They evaporate. They used to live there forever, and I can see why they've stopped that policy. But I generally, the very same afternoon, bounce this over to the Stevie Coyle Music, all one term, channel on YouTube. So see you one place or the other. And thanks for tuning in, all of you. Do feel free to share this. Hit the little share button and post it to your wall or to some group you belong to, or send it off to like-minded friends that might be interested in, I don't know how many. I got to count them up. 70 fabulous guitars that I get to curate, and I get to be picky. People bring in guitars, of course, but I get to be picky and say yes or no. And occasionally, I do have to be that guy on Antiques Roadshow that says, you know, take it home and enjoy it with your family, but it's not exactly what you think it is. Boy, I see that blue Martin case come in from the 1970s, and I think, oh, I'm going to have to be that guy. Occasionally I'm fooled, but frequently that's a true fact. And other people have old guitars, they have no idea what they've got. Sometimes it's a gold mine, and sometimes it's... there was one time I'll finish up with a quick story. I'll try and make it quick. Irish, they only get so fast. Guy came in with a guitar in a case. He said, I just had this guitar repaired. I don't know what it's worth, but the bridge was coming up on it. I got this guitar in one of those auctions, one of those storage unit auctions, and I don't know what I've got here. And I was the other guy on Antiques Roadshow, and I said, do you have any idea what you've got here? It was like a 1941 018. It was fantastic, in great shape, except for the bridge pulling up. No surprise. Easy fix. I said, do you have any idea what you have here? I said, how did you get this? He said, well, this is the second bit of good luck I've had. I paid $75 for this storage unit. And he said, this is the second bit of good luck I've had. The first bit of good luck I had was when my wife and I bought for twice that, $150, a bigger storage unit. Or they got it in an auction, however those things go. And in there, it was floor to ceiling, stacked in plastic, those plastic tubs you get at Costco and Target. Floor to ceiling, Star Wars toys in the original boxes, thousands upon thousands of dollars worth of value. He mentioned it to a friend who said, I know who to talk to. There's this guy online who's the Star Wars toys guy. Put him in touch. That guy said, don't do anything. I'm flying out tomorrow. He had flew cross country to look at this thing. And it was, I've forgotten how many tens of thousands of dollars worth of original Star Wars toys in the original boxes. So this guy, he must have used up his storage unit karma by this time, but who knows? He might come in with something else. Stranger things have happened. Thank you all for tuning in. Stevie Coyle here, signing off from the Find It Friday Noontime webcast from Lafayette, California. Stopping online, mightyfineguitars.com. I'll get these new guitars up online as soon as possible. But this guitar is up there. Oh, and I didn't even read you the specs. Back in says the scale is 24.78, and the nut width is 1 3/4. Kind of on the wide side of 1 3/4. It feels, the profile of it is kind of an open C, so it feels nice and wide. There you go. That's what I wanted to tell you, and now I'll say goodbye. Goodbye. There is a place I know.